Forgive me, I jumped ahead of myself here. It's gaming, folks. Here we go. All right. Rewire, you are updated. Boom, you're good. Set you on chat. Kick. Real quick too. You know what? We're gonna be doing some fantasy football, so we might as well keep it there. That's fine. All right, we're good. All right, back from vacation 22 hours ago. So last night they released the patch notes. These are live today, so let's take a peek. Split 2 is going full steam ahead, and what better way to keep the rank journey entertaining than with a new patch? Welcome in 13.16. Again, this is one of those string of patches that is in a row where it's not affecting anyone in any playoff format. So it's largely for the players. You're not going to see as much about like the elite levels of play, unless they missed something from last patch where they're like, nope, this thing is still too good, and because of that we need to change it. So you might see something like Tristana, for example, is on this list. On the Rift side of things, we have some follow-up tweaks to Naafiri, a plan to make Shaco's boxes a bit less magical and annoying. Interesting. Quite a few buffs to a wide variety of champs, and quality of life change for everyone's favorite Void Dad. On the arena front, we've got 44 changes, mainly looking, don't care about that. And then we've got TFT. So here's the highlights. Naafiri, Rek'Sai, told you that Rek'Sai was going to need another nerf. Shyvana needed another nerf as well. And they're buffing champions again. Consecutive buffs to some of these champions on this list, just because they haven't been seen in pro yet. This is when you grossly end up skewing the professional scene. And unfortunately, I think that they're putting themselves in a bad spot here. So we'll see what this is like. They also didn't tag what skill groups they were targeting for the buffs, the way that they do for the nerfs. So we'll really have to see where that kind of comes into fruition. Akali, Q energy cost decreased, base damage increased. Wow. Okay, I mean, this is enormous right here. The fact that you don't need to get scalped for the first 5 levels on your usage, this is an incredible quality of life change that allows her to farm much, much better. On top of that, the damage is going up by 5 at all ranks, and no, the ratios are staying the same. Okay. All right, so she's just getting extra 5 damage, and more importantly, the cost is going down. You're still maxing this. You won't really feel this at the max rank, but at low levels when you're farming in lane, this is a huge difference. This is a huge quality of life change for Akali, and she's one of the unexplored static shiv users, so we're going to be keeping a close eye on this because it really, really works into her script. And there's a world where she used to go Divine Sunderer, so maybe Trinity Force, Divine Sunderer could go Static Shiv, or maybe you just go AP, Sork Shoes plus AD ratios. Like there's so many build options here. It'll be interesting what ends up happening with Akali, and she will become a premier split pusher. I don't think this quite gets her over the edge. This is just a nice little bonus to the lane phase, but she's not that far. All right, she's not far away at all. And if this sticks, if she's able to get out of lane phase with an extra, let's say 300 gold, just getting 10 more CS, not getting bullied as much, that could be huge, right? That's the difference between getting that item at 11 minutes versus 12 minutes and then going from there. Brand, you know, has some branded problems. Passive mana restoration increased, Q AP scaling increased, E AP scaling increased. Until you target the range that the E can hit, so it can actually harass without ever taking damage back, they're always going to have issues. Getting the mana back will be nice, especially for the lane phase. Mana restoration goes from 2040 to 3050. That's very nice. An early 10 is huge for a laning phase. Q Seer from 80 to 200, staying the same, but getting 10 extra % AP. This is basically useless. You only cast the spell once in fights. Maybe you get it off twice. It's hard to hit. It can be blocked by tanks. So getting the extra AP means you're just probably chunking into a tank, and it's not going to matter. Slight improvement for lane phase, especially when you get that first item. You're going to be dealing maybe 10 more damage in these trades, which will be nice. Conflagration, this is the most important spell. All right, a lot of people think it's the W because it gets doubled. No. You use the conflagration to auto harass. So let's see what it is. An extra 10% ratio here as well. So a little bit of moves trying to get him into mid lane, most likely. But realistically, you know, supports have this income structure that looks like this, and then plateaus and then climbs up. Because of that, you're going to get your first spikes very soon, and that's where this 10% AP will matter in the beginning of the games. Later in games, Brand has his own issues. This isn't going to change him as far as pro play until the numbers get drastically different, or major concepts like the range on the E have to change. But this will be a nice quality of life. I'll probably play it in today's games. Caitlyn. Attacks per headshot going down by 1. This is actually significant because this is a whole attack less even when you're in the bush, right? So you get triggers for 2 attacks when you're fighting from bushes. And with the popularity of Ivern, you see a lot of Ivern Caitlyn's. The fact that this is going down means that you can get there in 3 auto attacks now. Largely in your big fights, you're looking for the combos, the auto headshots, right? You're looking for trap, headshot, E, headshot, and by that time your extra attack is another headshot. This will give you just a few more of them in laning phase, which will be much easier, make it much easier to play. Very interesting change. Also the fact that, like, if you're a Caitlyn main, you're gonna have to get used to this. You were used to auto, step in the bush, auto, come out, hit them. Now it's just slightly different. You get 1 less auto in that exchange, or you do all 3 from the bush, which normally kind of makes you a little bit easy to target. So mains will have to get used to this, I think, but this will generically make her easier to play and have success with. Echo, Q initial base damage increased, slow increased early, base what? All right, so Echo I do not think was in a position that needed to get changed. There was a very strong jungler ever since the Nashor's Tooth changes, and people realizing that you can go Nashor's Tooth first and just sprint through the entire jungle. The new jungle benefited Echo as much as anybody else. Maybe like Warwick and Trundle were the ones that got it more. Like Echo used to get so low in the jungle, and now he just doesn't. All right, he just stays through full clear, fast clear, full health. Like that's my experience with Echo. And now you're just saying we're gonna get more of that. Like, hello, extra 10 damage. This is only on the initial, so the front part, the easier part to hit, 10 extra damage. This will help the jungle clear a little bit. This probably might make the wolf go 1 attack faster. Probably all in all, it's going to make his clear time go down by about 5 seconds. The slow being increased to 40% is massive. This is huge, makes him a huge gank threat. Parallel convergence, shield strength going up by 30. Again, this is best in the jungle when you're just preserving yourself all that amount. In the jungle, though, you tend not to need this, right? The stun outlasts the shield. There are no minions that are ever chewing through this, or monsters, I should say. But it's more about finding that fight, right? You're looking for that fight. Having that extra shield will be very, very nice. Yeah, oh my goodness, Echo. All right, absolutely playing some Echo. Karma isn't quite hitting the bar when it comes to scaling offensively, as she often has to rely on her shields or her less reliable W to contribute in fights post-laning phase. With these changes, we're looking to give Karma some more reliance on her Q come late game as AP increases, and give her more reason to Mantra Q. That's very interesting. Normally Mantra E is just the default. Magic damage is going up by 10% AP. Okay, that's not going to be enough. Ultimate while empowered is going up by 10% AP. Also not going to be enough. Yeah, still Mantra your shield, guys. Mantra cooldown is being improved slightly to help with her scaling. Okay, interesting. She's normally taken as the champion that when you want to win lane, you pick Karma, and that's what she's good at. And then later she just becomes a shield bot. This isn't going to be enough to throw her mid lane or her laning phase over the top, although it's going to be very nice. Most laning Karmas, though, end up going, especially in top lane, and stuff like Iceborne Gauntlet and things like that become popular to get extra slows, extra just control, and kind of being a little bit beefier. Mid lane, I could see a world, especially if you go AP first 2 items and then you go into support items that are nice and cheap as you get outscaled. There could be a world for this. This is very interesting. You know, Karma already has a spot, and now you're making her spot better. So She could be a problem here in pro play. Not popular ever. Like, we just don't see her that much in the ladder. This is going to make her more rewarding to play her AP builds, but unfortunately the AP builds tend to not be as good. These numbers will have to get a little bit higher before AP is going to outscale the shield and heal strength. Passive on hit damage increased. This was changed to work with the Nautiluses of the world and taking it away from the buffers of the world, the enchanters. And now we're just getting 5 damage. Wow. Okay, remember that you're triggering this twice. Okay, so this is actually 10 extra damage every time that someone CCs your target. That's significant for lane phase. It's not going to affect the end game, but for laning, this is a big deal. This also is a direct buff to only bot lane and not to mid lane. Still not going to be strong enough, but you will use Lucian as a way to counter the more like scaly bad laning phase champions like Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa has very few weaknesses, so by buffing the champions like Karma and Lucian that have a strong situation against her, potentially you go into a world where you might have some counters. Lulu, health growth increased, Q AP scaling increased, E AP scaling increased? Okay, I thought they wanted to move away from the world of enchanters. She was already going meta with any kind of Ginsu's builds. Vayne has been showing to be exceptionally strong. Now, Vayne would be huge for viewership if Vayne made it into the world's meta. And, you know, she's been much stronger, especially with realizing that you can go Trinity Force and things like that. You don't need to go the on-hit build. The on-hit items are much less dependent on Vayne, as Vayne is just on, like, getting good stats, and Triforce is the best at doing that. So I could see a world where this might jettison Lulu up to play with Vayne. You're going to have a really bad laning phase. You're going to have to figure out a way to do that in pro play. But this could be entering the pub stomp territory because Vayne's been that strong. Magic damage going up with AP again. Help picks going up with AP as well. So this is end game changes. And the health growth again to make it a little bit less easy to assassinate squishy target. E damage tick rate increased. What's up, Ben? How you doing? Karma's still worst enchanter in the game, win lane or lose, but will be good support, I think, as a counter pick. Or as a counter pick mid. Yeah, counter pick mid if you're really trying to bully some mid lane that has that should be getting out of lane phase. Top 2, yeah, I can do that. Solo top Karma hard into your comp. Not I mean, you have to build a comp around it. That's the problem. It's not good for solo queue, but there's some elite players that built tank Grasp of the Undying Iceborne Gauntlet Karma. Malzahar, each E damage tick rate increased, minion execute threshold decreased. Oh, the threshold decreased. Beautiful. Okay. No. Okay, no, never mind. They made it less reliable. Damage tick is getting better, but you're not gonna get the executes from 11 to 15 health early. Okay, I don't care about that. The fact that it's ticking more often means it's more likely to get those hits anyway, so this will be a quality of life buff. Malzahar's getting, you know, the problem with Malzahar is the counters are too strong. Right, and even itemization, you can't just say, hey, their team is a one threat team, therefore I can be Malzahar and just lock up the one threat, because the answers can mitigate that completely. For 1,300 gold, you essentially mitigate Malzahar. So Malzahar needs to be strong in a world where they're capable of pushing. This will help that slightly, but it's not going to be that big of a difference. Milio. All right, Milio buffs. This is dangerous. With Milio nerfed to reduce his pro play presence, we want to introduce some less pro skewed buffs that are focused less on team fights where coordination maximize output. This also gives him the option to take matters into his own hands, maxing Q earlier on and converting AP into even more success. This is a trap, by the way. Gold scaling and late game power tend to be more represented in solo queue than pro play, where players intentionally fall off of minion waves and turrets to focus more resources on the carries. You deserve that gold, Milio. You know about that. 30%? What? Wait, what? All right, so down 10 damage early, but up 70 late. That's enough to one-shot the backline, by the way. This was a problem. We tested out whether or not Milio would function as a solo laner. The cooldown was too long. That was already going to be a big problem, but the fact that his Q couldn't one-shot the wave, now it can. This is actually potentially a problem. All right, Milio in mid lane, mid Leo. 30% AP is significant. You're not really hitting this spell very often. This is the last one that they max in pro because you're just using it to poke off anyone who's diving onto your carry. But if this actually becomes big, we're gonna have to reinvestigate the farming versions of Milio. Still going to be gated tremendously by his cooldown, but he does have a good trade pattern with his E. Pretty easy to harass through the wave as well. We'll see it. We'll see how this does. An excellent gank support. Warm hugs, shield strength going up as well and giving it AP. Oh my goodness. All right. Why? Did we need, all right. You know what? Like most times for 99% of cases in high ELO, this isn't going to matter because it's still going to be the last one. I'm very curious whether or not this is going to break some thresholds. Naafiri still won't be enough nerfs. Base armor going down, base attack damage going down, base attack speed going down. Yes, this is what he needed. Naafiri just needed to get that squash treatment. Has settled a bit stronger than we think is healthy for her long term, especially in top lane where it's roughly on par with mid lane at the moment. Yeah, that's what's kind of crazy. Very hard to punish this champion. It should be a little bit easier. This is going to make it happen. You're going to be much weaker in lane phase. Your trade backs, right, are going to deal 8 less damage if you're getting rotations out. On top of just additional extra auto attacks, right? So every time that you're going into trades, you're dealing 8 less damage, plus the continued threat is going down. And they're dealing that much more to you every single time. On top of that, it's going to be a little bit slower to get things off. This will affect the attack resets and things like this. So Naafiri getting a big punch down. She's still going to be strong-ish. But you should punish her in lane. Please punish her in lane if you get this. Nidalee getting buffed for some reason. In this patch, we're looking to give AD Nidalee a little help in her Cougar form so her swipes pack some punch. We're not looking to make drastic changes to AD Nid, but just give her a little more support at the time. Damage, this is going to be no, this is bonus AD. Okay, bonus AD. So bonus AD means you're basically not building AD. There's very few people who are. If they are, they tend to be going like Trinity Force, kind of like Bruiser-ish types. You can go like this Iceborne Gauntlet, which is kind of annoying. Can be a laner of some sorts, and then you can be a little bit tankier. Generally not the right way to build this champion. The one thing that will make this curious for me is whether or not Static Shiv now becomes a play. And whether or not she can go into a lane, right? If she can go into lane and use Static Shiv for wave clear, and then just one quick little pounce plus swipe to get the entire wave dead, and then can have the AP ratio from that while she builds the rest of her kit, could be interesting. I don't think that's a meaningful change. Rek'Sai, Q damage adjusted. Yep, this needed to happen. All right, they're taking away the bonus AD scaling. Basically, she was getting too good with snowballing. 50% of your bonus AD, and plus, basically on first item, you were starting with 30. So you're getting 15 back from this. So real quick. Well, unless this was flat number. If this was just flat number plus ratio, and now we're getting bonus based on your total AD, this will definitely be a huge nerf. But to the scaling, right? It'll preserve more of the early game power. Let me see. Rek'Sai has been performing far too well since her 13.11 update. While she's been tapped down in a couple previous patches, she's still the absolute queen of the early game and still stronger than she was in 13.9. She simply can't have the level of early dominance she currently has, especially in higher skill brackets where players are better at warding, which she can bypass, and closing out leads, which she easily secures. This change to converting her Q into total attack damage is a damage nerf until champion level 13, where it turns into a buff, and is also extra incentive to finish maximizing Q, since ranks now add functional base damage and gold scaling. Okay. This just feels like a buff then. Like, yes, you're taking away some of her early power, but total AD. Yeah, never mind. All right, yeah, until you're getting the 50% where all the items you buy are also contributing to this, and you have a higher base number than here. Okay, I see it. I see what they did. This is actually pretty clever. This is a clever way to take away some early power, but it is going to help her scale. So she had this huge problem, but now you might have this like Conqueror Stridebreaker build, or even Duskblade to keep her alive after she goes in and, you know, goes all out for a fight. To become invulnerable after becoming invulnerable could be a huge squeeze. Rek'Sai players will have to keep an eye out. This is one of the toughest champions in the game, so I would not experiment with any new builds if you don't already know how to play her. But if you do, let me know in the comments how Duskblade of Drakthar does and how the scaling feels. Shaco Chaos Incarnate. Base mana regeneration decreased. W mana cost increased? Didn't they say they're taking some magic? All right. The mana cost going to 70. Why? I mean, why? Okay, why? AP support Shaco has been more of a menace than usual in some skill brackets due to the painful magical jack-in-the-boxes. It's currently too easy, so support Shaco apparently is what they felt the need to nerf. Okay, and base mana. I mean, that's what I was going at. It's like, this isn't going to change his jungle. He's still going to be full mana at all times in the jungle. This won't affect that at all. So this is directly as support, which is too bad because I feel like support Shaco was like really fun to play. I'm upset. I'm disappointed. Shyvana still too strong because of the attack. So WAOE on hit damage decreased. Yep, this needed to happen. Shyvana gained a lot of power in 13-14. And while she was tapped down a bit and her AP builds are about where they were before, her AD builds have taken off. We'd like to keep AD as her optimal build, but it's just performing too well. This patch, we're weakening her lowest gameplay skill that only succeeds when she's stat checking her enemies. So damage per second, losing 10% of its bonus AD scaling. Also losing just 10. So this is your first skill rank. You're losing a lot of early game power from that. Early on hit damage going from 5 to 17.5. Whoa, this is a massive number nerf. And this is what they were talking about with the stat check. This is losing significant portions, right? And this is all the auto attacks. My goodness, on hit. Damage per second, damage on hit. Yeah, this is just a big nerf to the scaling on that best build. It won't affect her AP, right? If you're playing AP or tank, this doesn't affect her at all, except for these small numbers right here. But still, they're really targeting that AD. Sylas and Akali getting buffs will make mid lane way more fun to watch. Yeah, it's true. They're doing this for Worlds, right? Like, they're setting up for Vayne, Sylas, and Akali to make it into the Worlds meta, and that will be hella fun to watch. I would love to see some Akali versus Vayne at the pro level. Yeah, Ari's had the spotlight for 2 years. Time for her to take a seat. But she just has unparalleled wave clear from early position, and she's so safe, right? So basically, like, that's where she's at. Her numbers are down. She's just reliable. So people like her. No real bad matchups. Maybe just Lysandra. Regular Sylas players frequently run out of mana as they max W, whereas Pro Sylas is max Q. That's not so simple, right? Max W you do into your melee matchups, and max Q is more like your assassin and your first strike option, right? That makes it a little bit safer to play this way. You don't need to go all out into him. This buff is primarily intended to reduce how low mana gated Sylas is in regular play, but it's also changed pros will value due to it being a base stat increase. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Laning phase getting a little bit better. This didn't really affect people in pro because, again, they were just using their Q to poke the ranged champion who's poking you, right? It's always about the ranged champion having the prerogative to attack Sylas, poke. Sylas trying to say, all right, if you miss step one so I can hit you, win a trade, and step back. He wants that all-in trade where he gets the W off at the end. And when you do that twice, you're basically out of mana. So getting this early mana increase means that it's going to be much more easy for the Sylas players to poke back early, often do it a second or third time, and still have enough juice in the tank to be able to sit in the lane and still be a threat, right? You have to be careful not to just dump yourself to not be a threat anymore. This is significant. You know, Sylas already gets played. Anytime enemy team has a Maokai, I expect to see Sylas on the other side. It's just way too strong a champion, and also it's just really good with some champions like Renekton with 100% AP scaling on the magic damage. Just, you know, like, this could be insane in this meta for sure. I don't mind Ari versus Akali, but Ari versus Mage Trist is meh. Yeah. Yeah, he can skip Lost Chapter. I mean, so some of them are going to go Lost Chapter, Everfrost. Everfrost helps you land the Q2, which is important. Some other ones go Rod of Ages. I don't think that will be dead, even though the fact that the Catalyst moving to 1300 was a huge change for all the champions that wanted it. Like being at 13 compared to the 1100, and then Lost Chapter being brought down to 1100 means that you're basically never going Catalyst unless you want Rod. And if you're going Roa, then you're giving up a lot of tempo in arguably the most important part of the game, 12 to 18 minutes, where people can make action happen. It's still lane phase, they can still punish you, etc., etc. But this will just be nice. This will just be really nice. Target dummy. I got really excited this would be a Teemo bonus. Legend has it, no champion has ever taken down this foe. It fears nothing except bugs. Bugs scare it. Target dummy recently threw its Teemo hat into the arena, but so far its performance has been not so great. In this patch, we're looking to eliminate Target's dummy's sluggishness by buffing up its movement speed and fixing a few bugs that kept it from being its tanky itself. Although I can guess you can... What? Okay, why did they put this in the Rift? Guys, you don't actually care about your practice tool. Why are you... One day they'll care about the practice tool and we can actually have nice things. Not today yet. Tristana, base armor and armor growth increased. Base health and magic resistance decreased. Okay, wait, base armor going up? This might be a problem in bot lane. Armor growth going up, and this, so in bot lane, most of the damage actually happens not from spells, it happens from auto attacks, especially from minions and cannons and just level 2 champions hitting you a bunch. Base armor going up and armor growth going up means this could be a huge problem in lane phase. It also means that you're going to be much stronger against champions like Zed that would have all-in windows against you. Now you're just going to be significantly stronger against that. Base magic resistance going down, base health going down. All right, this is probably why they felt the need to give some of these stats back, because of the base health change, but they definitely want to have a little bit more counterplay from mages. The problem is Tristana has the best push in the game in the early levels, right? It's uncontestable. If you go in to contest it, you get splashed in turn, and she never needs to take trades with you. And then if you do want to trade, she has the highest 5-second burst in the game at level 3. So yeah, you know, trying to open her up for some weaknesses makes some sense, but this will be a net buff for bot lane, and I wonder if we can squeeze her in, especially when you pair her with champions like Nautilus, Leona, and Rel that can force fights, or Alistar, who can force fights in the early game and make this a huge problem for the enemy. That'll be exciting to see. Wukong. The Triss changes are also bad for AD mid laners. Now she just screws them over even more. Yeah, it's true. But those were always going to be good matchups anyways. But at level 6, they're still going to kill. At level 3, they can still chunk without presenting a target in most cases. You know, Kiana's going to take a little bit more damage than most. But yeah, getting that extra armor means she's still going to be strong in mid. I don't know. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe they just want her to show up in bot lane. But that's not enough of an AD decrease for it to matter. Wukong, mana regeneration growth increased. This is a top lane focus. Q mana cost decrease. That's okay. Yeah, basically, anytime you're touching mana cost, you're talking about laners. They don't want Wukong to run rampant in the jungle. Wukong has been highly contested pro jungler this season, even despite all the nerfs, but he hasn't been performing well in solo queue. In order to put power back into the kit without much pro play risk, we'll be reducing the mana costs of his abilities to increase his trade frequency, which should help him in the top lane significantly more than jungle. Yeah, so that's exactly what we said. Wow, this going down to 20 means you can buy Sheen and Grasp and just pop him in the face early and often, and Wukong has the best passive in the game for early game trading. So this is a big deal. Mana regeneration growth. So you're basically never going to run out of Qs, and you can just bop them in the face every time Q is up. This is potentially too strong in top lane. Warrior Trickster also reducing the mana cost of a 1-point ability by 20. So essentially, you're just never going to run out of mana on Wukong. This should make for an impressive lane champion, and Wukong top lane is definitely going to be worth trying out. Champion was already stat check central. Yeah, it was all about the passive. He's definitely going to be obnoxious in top lane. That might be. He's a fun champion to play too. Not quite as fun as the Jade Monkey was in Heroes of Newerth, but it is a very, very fun. The Warrior King, you know, the fabled Warrior King. In the histories of Kung Fu, if you know it, it's a great legend. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like just the style of this champion very. I want Wukong to be fun and want to be good, but I'm scared of where this is going to be. Items, Axiom Arc, still the worst item in the game. Hey, look, they're buffing it again. Ultimate cooldown refunded, a flat 10%. They just keep on trying to buff it because this item's so bad. The champions that want it don't even want it. Like Nocturne would be the chief, you know, it would have the most prerogative to buy Axiom Arc, and you still give up too much. When you get Axiom Arc, it means you're not getting the other items like Stridebreaker to help you attach to them, the tankiness, Sterix Gauge, being able to stick to them, Black Cleaver for the move speed. Like, those things are too good. The champions that want Axiom Arc the most still don't want it. Maybe Baus will be happy being able to ultimate more on Scion. Duskblade of Drakthar. Duskblade frequently finds itself in the hands of the fighter champions, which is something we're looking to curb this patch. Hello, Aatrox. However, it's also performing on assassins in general. The low cooldown on its active is a big reason fighters like this item, so we're opting to increase the cooldown. Did I miss something? This must be the passive for the on hit damage. Increase the cooldown substantially to discourage them from picking it up, while reducing the missing health damage to bring the item's overall strength down, which we'll be offsetting for assassins by buffing the lethality. Legendaries this patch, so that's going to happen to all of them. Okay, cooldown is going up to 30 seconds. That's significant. Missing health damage is being nerfed. Okay, great. So hello, Aatrox. It's still going to be a great item. These champions that have to use all their buttons to go in and secure a kill, this is still going to be the best item, because in any situation where you're committing for that kill and you're a champion that gets rewarded, especially like a Rengar for getting the kill, having a way to get out is paramount, and Duskblade does that. So that's what's so good about the item. It's the fact that it makes you invulnerable after you get the kill. Prowler's Claw, current cooldown is a bit too long for a lot of users that would like to pick up this item, so we're lowering the cooldown to help make it a bit more accessible for these champions, while slightly increasing the damage it can provide to make it more worthwhile purchase. Cooldown going down to 5 seconds. That's not quite in the threshold where a Kled can get it and get like 2 activations. Most champions aren't going to be able to do like, you know, Q1, Q2 type spells to get this. I can't think of anyone actually. Maybe with ability haste. So actually with Cosmic Insight and Ingenious Hunter, you can probably get this number low enough where some champions will be able to get both halves of it. If you're like a Kled, for example, E1 hit, boom, it connects. You wait till the maximum duration, you E2 and you hit again and it gets another Prowler's Claw. If we can get to that barrier, then this is game-breaking changes. But otherwise, in most cases, it's just nice quality of life change. Damage 85, 65, 45. Where's the difference? Melee. This is the range. This is the extra 55% of your bonus AD is going up by 10. And 5 for range. Okay, so you're getting your scaling is improving on this as well. Yeah. Okay, this is nice. This is a really nice stat item. It's one of these items that tends to be win more, but this could be enough of a bonus where you can just use this on your trading patterns, especially like Kled comes to mind, someone who is kind of is in love with Duskblade of Drakthar as well, because it's another way to remount when you're mini. Lethality Kled is kind of jumping to mind right now. It's kind of scary. That could be really good. But all the champions that have your dashes, right, and invisibilities, the Kha'Zixes of the world will like this. It slows them down, keeps them lower down. This could be good enough. Yeah, I'm gonna say this combination right here is just good enough. If you're champion, if you like your champion and you've got darty assassin type vibes, this core right here is going to be a fantastic. Plus the change to Essence Reaver means that you're going to get that huge spike going into the mid game. So I think that all of those champions are just going to get a huge bonus buff up. Like, obviously, this going down is a problem, right? We don't want these numbers to go down, but this one going up means that you're still going to be fine. You're going to be in a good spot. Serpent's Fang needed more lethality because it's the least purchased item in the game. When it's good, it's great. Even when it's good, people are so, it's so forgotten that they don't get it. But this will be nice. Extra lethality. Help it to be your first purchase of the game is really where you want it, in those lanes where, I don't know, let's say you're playing against Neela Janna or something like that, or Sona Seraphine, okay? Serpent's Fang will be good there. Umbral Glaive is gaining lethality. This is already the best item. But they did nerf the amount of attacks it took, which is a huge nerf. Umbral Glaive isn't as strong as it needs to be, often letting down the champions that this naturally synergizes with Hello Pike. We're giving it a small lethality buff to make it slightly more dangerous in the hand of its users. So this is inherently a Senna buff, a Pike buff. All of your AD supports just got buffed by this. So is Pike going to be strong enough to get in? I don't know. Maybe Pike Tristana has enough early oomph that you can carry this through, and then Tristana has the ability to push waves. Pike could roam. I could see something like that. Senna still has glaring weaknesses. I don't think this is going to put her over the top, and I think honestly she needs to skip this item now that it doesn't one-shot the wards. It's too much of a liability, and you're giving up too much in your build to get it. But Pike will certainly like it, and the big winner as well. AD champions in the jungle, like Graves and Jarvan, that can build this item and then go into the rest of their build. Having that extra lethality to give back on the stats, very, very nice. Arena champions, obviously you can check that out if you're into Arena, which is a huge game mode. I hope you guys are enjoying it, but we'll cover that someplace else. Surrender quality of life updates. The name of the player start. No. The name of the player that started the surrender vote is no longer revealed. This is awful. All right, guys, if you call a surrender vote and your team says no, don't call another one. Just make that your prerogative, okay? I want to see who did it. If it's the guy who's 14-2 and he's calling surrender, and be like, okay, fine. He doesn't want it. Rest of the team is 0-18 and they don't feel like trying to work it. All right, fine. That's our guy, and they've already checked out. Fine, they've checked out. That's fine. I want to know that. If it's the 0-6 guy, F off. Strap in, get carried, find a way to get resilient, get light. You should get everything that comes at you when you spam FF votes. After starting a surrender vote, the player that started the surrender vote will not be able to begin another one for 6 minutes. Okay. All right, thanks for giving us something back. Note the team cooldown on calling for surrender will remain at 3, but you can't do it for another 6. Okay, all right, we get something back. The surrender vote will automatically resolve when a vote can no longer pass and will no longer remain open for players to vote. Good, get it off the screen. Although this makes it harder for slow hands people like me to take it and chuck it off screen. The surrender box test has been updated to reflect the type of surrender. Surrender, AFK surrender, or remake. Yeah, that's good. Okay. This will help with people accepting it so that they can get their bonus out of the game. They can not claim oh, I didn't realize we had someone missing. ARAM adjustments, Clash ARAM Cup. Ooh, we have an ARAM Clash coming August 14th. Registration begins August 14th. Tournament is this weekend. We're going to play. Let's play. If you want to play a team, message me. We'll make it happen. That'll be Saturday and Sunday, so definitely looking to play Saturday Night League for sure. There is no ranked history placement requirement. Players will receive 2 rerolls per game. Scouting time has been reduced as scouting is less relevant in this mode. Yeah, put it at 30 seconds so we can just see who we're up against so we can message them. I don't know. Improved matchmaking. This will be tough to do because people still smurf in Clash. Yeah, the 14-2 surrender is GG, my team sucks. It's because they were 8-0 and then they died, and then they were 14-1, and then they're fight goes wrong, they made a mistake, GG, gone. If I'm 14-2, instead of surrendering, I'm going to tab and look at the bounties and just make it my personal goal to cash in on the bounties and then come out where I have 5,000 more gold than anybody else in the game. I'll be on 5 items while you guys are on 3. Let me carry. Everybody get on. Jump in the backpack. Bug fixes, quality of life changes. Always want to check with these ones. Mass disenchanting for shards is now available. Yay. Head to your loot tab to try it out. No. In the item recommender, when hovering over a champion that the item is good against, the recommender will now tell you why it's good against them. Ooh, that's nice. That's very, very nice. This helps the newer player base for sure. Bug fixes, there's always a lot. Make sure to check these for your champion. Some of them can be game breaking, but generally when they're big, they tend to make it into the big patch notes. But see if your champion is here. Skin bug fixes, you know, they're just going to keep on making new skins and making more money off of that. So, you know, power to them. Immortal Journey Kale. Looks like we're getting Spirit Blossom Evolution, right? Like this looks like a Spirit Blossom skin. Immortal Journey Sona. We've got Soraka Shyvana. Shyvana will look pretty cool. Immortal Journey Zeri. We're getting, oh, Prestige Immortal Journey Sona. Okay, hello. I know a few people that are going to be pretty happy for this one. And check it out. This is everything. I will probably be going for that Immortal Journey Sona. Not going to lie. Have some good ones, but, you know, Sona, if we're Sona Seraphine mains here, then we got to make it happen. All right, that's going to be it for the patch notes. Time to play some games. All right, so what did we say? We wanted Wukong. Let's look at the review. We want to play Tristana bot. We want to play Nidalee with Static Shiv, Akali with Static Shiv. We want to play Wukong top and get some Brand in. Oh, and Echo. Where's Echo? Echo jungle, absolutely. Okay. All right, so we got some options. We can queue Phil and make this happen. All right, what did we say? Wukong, Brand, Karma. Confirm, I would like to play PvP. All right, how do we get the most out of these champions? Trist, Brand. The stats just still aren't gonna be there for mid lane. What did we get? Mana restoration going up is a big deal. Q seer damage is not a deal at all. And conflagration getting an AP ratio. This is the most important mid lane skill because you're reliably harassing and in support. I don't think these are enough changes for me to want to actively play Brand. If I get filled there, so be it. I guess we'll go like this. See what the dice roll us. No, you know what? I have a bias towards Wukong, so let's do it like this. I want to try to get some Wukong in. Bop some people in the head. Bonky Kong. Shout out on Kick. Make sure to say hi. Appreciate you guys hanging out. What's up, Twitch? YouTube still going strong. Twitter, got a few follows on Twitter. I appreciate you guys too. What do we think about LCS finals this weekend? So you can skill E level 1, hide in bush, walk up E, auto, lean 1, GG. Yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it. NRG and Liquid. Did not expect this to be the finals. NRG has some good things going for them. I think they're performing well despite a culture and coach problem, which is kind of promising of how good the team could be. That's what I think from the outside. I've met a few of those guys. I do not like their policies at all. I think Card, you know, hopefully he's just learning. He's a brilliant dude, really smart guy, but I do not like the way he runs his team. Cloud9, we expected to be there. Whoever's playing against Cloud9, we got to be rooting for them, right? It's got to be the underdog. APA coming through like the college circuit and playing up, that would be sick. The fact that he forced the all-Korean team out of the all-Korean mindset. He forced the mid laner out. You got to be playing pretty good to do that. And plus, if Fudge has to shave his head, I think he's going to look like a badass, honestly. But you know, hopefully he does that on stage. Hopefully not right after the. Oh, maybe they do it right when he loses. Oh, that would feel bad. They gotta wait. If they brought him for a post game interview and brought the shears, that'd be savage. Jason Statham, yeah, right. I've got a delivery. All right, who did we want in the jungle? We wanted Echo. First strike, let's see. Yeah, Boots Cosmic Insight is going to make a lot of sense. Ingenious Hunter, Treasure Hunter, also just movement would be good. I don't know, why is it not letting me select this? Ban a champion. This guy already banned Aatrox? Wants to ban Aatrox, good. Should we leave these champions in to give people a chance to do it? Who do I not want to play against? Belveth. If we don't get Echo, we'll play Diana. We've got virtually identical champions in a lot of what they're trying to do. 2 feet taller. Is Statham actually short? I didn't think he was short. All right, more than likely we're going something like this. I'm pretty sure I want Genius Hunter, but Treasure Hunter is always great. The dash is always great. We can go like this to get more stats in lane. Don't need to double down too much on the actives, even though Rocket Belt is a huge thing. The Nashor's Tooth is just such a nice quality of life to the clear. Maybe I don't need it, though. Honestly, with those changes, maybe it's safe to go Rocket Belt first. Mid lane, you absolutely have to go Rocket Belt first, because otherwise you can't affect the map. But side lane, I think I'm okay like this, and I think there's a world where you want Relentless Hunter, but we are very much gated by the early bonuses. This is a good matchup to start off with. Very good matchups. Easily at least 8 feet tall. Imagine you're just trying to farm some minions mid lane, and you see this absolute 10-foot tall monster teleport onto you and start. Yeah. Yeah, I know he's tall. So Statham's 5'10". Yeah, Fudge is like 6'6", right? I think he's 6'6". Either that, or it's just because he's standing next to, you know, Balls and Blabber, who are, you know, tiny. He is next to us. You know, you know what? It's Cloud9, so let's call them Smurfs, okay? We'll give them Smurfs. We're not doing fantasy sports. Let's do League of Legends. We're not doing fantasy sports. Let's do League of Legends. We're not doing fantasy sports. Let's do League of Legends. We're not doing fantasy sports. Let's do. We got jungle again. Aatrox. I'm with LS on this one. AA is never A. It's Aatrox. I feel like they wanted him to have this darkened language, Aatrox. That just, you know, sounds this like guttural, like orcs in Lord of the Rings. And they tried to do it, and people are just like, oh yeah, it's Aatrox. Oh, I didn't upgrade my Firelight? Whoops. Team of Smurfs, though. Team of Smurfs. But who's going to win that? NRG? I mean, NRG's been overperforming. They got past the point where I suck, I just need to grind more, hopefully. You've graduated to, like, hey, we're a competitor, we belong here, we can compete. Dokla has, I swear Dokla has 2 different gears, and it's like S gear or C, and I don't see him in between. It's just like he sometimes that team too, like communication, hey, we can go in, hey, no, we're out. Like, people make that call, they still have massive problems. If they win, that would be a testament to how good the individual players are, and Palafox in particular, right? Because FBI, not that good. Just being honest, not that good. And he's just steady. He makes some bad plays at the end of the game. I never see him make a great play. He's like, Berserker can make great plays. I don't ever see that from FBI. He seems like a liability, and it feels like the communication on the team is sometimes in and out. If they're winning despite that, then man, it's because some of these other guys are real good. We have a Rengo. All right, we've got a Rengo, we've got a Shen. Shen is a fantastic synergy for me. Senna Aphelios is probably the weakest bottom lane we could have imagined. And they have Kai'Sa Heimerdinger. All right, so luckily they have Heimerdinger against 2 long-range champions. That should be pretty free for us, and Kai'Sa's no good early either, but we just need to make sure that they don't go into this push mode where Rengar can gank. So we're going to make sure that Rengar doesn't gank that lane. It's pretty impossible for us to gank. Senna offers almost nothing. Maybe if we see Aphelios getting onto Purple Gun, then we can get something where we get like a root, flamethrower into root, into Senna slow, into her own root. That's what it would kind of take for me to get there and make any kind of an impact, and then we'd be walking into Heimerdinger turrets. So I think I just want to let these guys farm under their turret. Syndra versus Gragas. This is almost impossible for Gragas to ever get pushed out of this lane. They did change the passive way back like 3 patches ago to tick every 12 seconds instead of every 8. So there is a little bit more leeway for Syndra to deal more damage that's meaningful in lane, but I don't think Gragas will ever feel it. Rengar wins the 1v1 against me. He's going to be hunting for me. Shen Cassante. Shen has a very good time early in the lane. I may try to play to try to get him ahead so that they can never really get to his lane. Generally, movement is best on champions like this. I'm going to keep the ward.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
It's warded. You know what? It's worth. If someone's going to give you the free XP, it's worth to go shop for it. I don't want to bring the sweeper necessarily, unless I know, but I'm going to go get it. I want to share it with Senna and Syndra. Base strat, warding like you're in bronze. Come on, something to step up. He should be winning this fight. Why are you stepping away? It's because he knows that I'm far away? It's got to be that. Alright, someone come up with me. Someone hasn't figured out what's going on, then, like, let's get to it, guys. Zombie ward, hello? They're all watching the top lane fight. Here you go. Get your recall on, fella. Doing a very base strat right here. Oops. Alright, we're going to skip Raptors right now, and we're going to make another visit top lane because of how Cassante's pushed in a little bit. Also to stay ahead of the potential for Rengar ganks. If we do 4 camps and he does 3 and then comes and pays us a visit, we might be a little bit troubled here. I did not need to smite that. Don't ever say it's over. Let's see, do we have a Cassante teleport? He's not even teleporting. This is fantastic for us. All right. We trade some HP here? We'd like to. I don't actually know where Rengar's at. Okay, well, we got one hit. So this way, right, by helping with the push, by the way, we let Syndra get a better back off. Oh, they're flashing forward. Okay. Oh, I killed the Aphelios too? That's too bad. Okay. This lane is staying here. We're good. He's trying to get it in, so we're just going to hold it here. We're going to have to do a little bit of farming back. All right, we did it. Held the lane for our guys, so we're in a really good shape here. All right, Rengar was on 33, which means he's definitely backing here. That's a little bit obnoxious. Is there a world where we can re-gank bot? Kind of. Oh, 22,000. We have such a good buy in base. If we can get over here right now, though. Yep. Not in time to answer Rengar, though. Taking this away from them to make sure that they can't go for dragon.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, we overstayed. Let's see. Absolutely here and here and... here and here. And here. Boom. Alright, so let's start in top to bot. We've got the advantage from Shen. Shen can go everywhere else. So we just want to support him. We also want to get the numbers up while he's trying to push out this wave. So I think I'm actually going to come straight to top lane. Help him get the rest of this connection in. I can actually get into these waves right now too. He's doing the right thing. That minion crept up. I need to wait for it to go. Rip, we missed a cannon. There it is. Nope. Okay, we're good. And we got the wave in with his flash down. Rift Herald's in 15 seconds. We can give this to the Shen. Now he's here in time to support us. Almost reflexively hit the wrong button here. Oh boy. That's his flash. Okay. Oh, we played that poorly. He played that poorly too, going that deep. Casante's kind of trying to get this push in. We've got Shen. Shen can ultimate onto me, so I'm just going to engage this guy. Ward should have fallen out right here, and he probably thinks there's no threat. I hit the wrong guy, but we're good. Now we're going to push this out because Casante's got nothing to do here. Accept. Thank you. Very, very bad for me. Alright, we play to get Shen ahead. No! Oh, why did he dash away? Put the W up for me, then I get out cleanly. That's a big shutdown that's going there. Okay. It is what it is.
An ally has been slain.
That is really too bad. If he plays for me there, then we just absolutely crush it.
Destroyed a turret.
Oh, we got the Rengar too. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Damn it, we didn't get anything. And okay. No, that was on me. Might be I'm not used to non-AP supports. You made a choice, my man, when you lock that in. Nice. That's big. Cassante looks a little bit lost. Objective complete. This is my first time taking this camp. No, I took it once, right? He's so big. That's right. Really? Oh. It was in that moment he knew he done effed up. Oh, we see a juicy kill here on Kaisa. I want to go into this guy's jungle, take everything. Cryo, baby! Yeah, checkmate. Just about. 2150 means we can almost afford that thing. 17 seconds, I kind of want to just stay around here. Alright, I should be able to afford it now, I think. There's a teleport going in bot wave right now as we speak. Oh, she couldn't get it. Ooh. Oh, it's a FF. Easy. Not the Ragnar. Good kitty, good kitty. Let's see. Yeah, Shen was balling. Balling out. Level 1. Cassante just didn't know what their champion did. Our Senna didn't either, but we got the beggar win out of that. They changed all the text. What am I supposed to do? Come hooler. They changed all the text. That's right. All right, game 2. Game 2. All right, so we don't want jungle anymore. So I don't know if we can go Phil. What were the other ones? We can go bot and play Brandon bot or support. We still want to get Wukong. Let's just try to get Wukong here. What's up, guys? So let's see, what do we have? 4 p.m. Is this my time? This must be my time. Maybe not, because I'm not logged in. That might be thinking of West Coast time. No? All right, 4 p.m. Back to back. Oh no, they're playing in New Jersey. That's right. Dude, we should go. New Jersey's not that bad. It's like an hour and a half drive for me. You guys want to come down? Then we can play Clash from the basement. Can have a little Clash party down here. Go watch LCS finals. We're bringing back a classic for you, Ben. Confirmed. Confirmed. All right, so let's see. We want them to play the Darius types. Would even be fine with Aatrox. Aatrox. But, yeah. Just this champion. Why did they have to buff it? It's exciting. I'll give them that. There's some big moments from top laners. But someday's not going to be there, so it's going to be other Korean and Chinese players playing Aatrox and completely crushing it. All right, let's see. We give Silas our ultimate. Yikes. Poppy can be a bit of an issue. She's not going to go with the shield, the wall up at level 1. She's going to have Q, so I should be able to dart around that. Should have the attack speed bonus and just kick some butt up there pretty easily. No mana issues, no teleport. No, I think we're still too good with teleport. Twitch. He is YouTube, or is YouTube he? It is I am him. All right, what do we got? Could be Graves, could be Silas, could be Gragas. It's probably... Huh? Actually, probably Poppy support right now. We'll see. I'm going to guess Gragas top. Should be an okay time for bunking. Okay, so apparently those things aren't working. We're just going to have to do it ourselves. That's no big deal. Let's see, Presence of Mind. This is probably all the mana we ever need. Ever. CC's okay. We can go here. Attack speed's fine. We get the attack speed from the D. We'll go like this. No, no, no. Boom, boom. This should be the maximum effectiveness in lane. Second tree could easily be different. There's a lot of things that we could do. It is Poppy. Okay. It is Poppy. Do not get hit by Q2. This champion is balanced around Q2. If she ever hits you with Q2, you're going to lose the trades and you got to back out. Well, let's say top lane Wukong. Man, it's been a minute. There's a lot of options. They're all good. Against Grasp and the way Poppy plays, Doran's shield would never be awful. It would also mean that we're more harder to gank. It'll also play with our passive well. So we can go here. Doran's blade would be all in. We would have that avenue as well, but then we'd be putting a lot of pressure on ourselves, and if we mess up one step, then Silas could be showing up. You know, there's a lot of misses. Lulu Karma. All right, so they're taking the new AP ratios to the next level. I like it. Still 2 supports. Should mean Karthus is okay. Why did Karthus go this far? Rookie mistake. These are things that we don't need to do. These are bronze habits. But people don't know the things that hold them back, you know? They just like, this is my spot. I get in a good habit. Things go well if I do this. This right here, just as likely to get you killed, right? So you put out this ward. You know that they're strong here. In theory, we know they're strong. Just ignoring that. Because my mouse is apparently preset. All right. We know that they're strong. They know that we're strong. So maybe with the knowledge that we saw them there, they don't want to aggress. But what if they did come here? We'd see absolutely nothing. This ward would accomplish nothing. The spot where we know they are and most likely to come from. Why did I go Q, by the way? The extra attack range, that's right. Gonna let her get the shield because I'm not trading back. Pretty soon we're looking at Conqueror stack soon. That was actually a potential miss window. If she slammed me into the wall right there and had Q ready, then I would have been in big trouble. She probably has her W because of the fact that she didn't dash me right there. Maybe I can bluff. Dude, this is like, I could be casting my spells all day long. I should have desensitized her first.
An enemy has been slain.
Hey, that was a mistake. That's what we were talking about. Oh, don't do that. How did we end up with this? Did it swap me after? Shit. So bad for us. Oh man, if we had Ignite... Gosh, with Ignite we absolutely just could have gone to the wall, balls to the wall against him. This guy should be weaving in auto attacks. You can get in one auto attack for every 2 Qs at early levels. Poppy unfreezing the wave right before the gank. This is a best case scenario for me. Not that kind of day. This will give me the vision. Nope, not enough. Took a fat angle. That's good. Pop. Alright, so full retreat from Poppy. We're good. Got Presence of Mind proc. We missed a cannon though, but this wave is significantly good for us. She's just going to be able to teleport. Alright, 2 whole waves dead. Poppy about to miss a third. There are definitely some worlds where you can go Doran's Shield and Doran's Blade, by the way. Just grab both.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Another big misplay. Cooldowns are up. She's looking to kill me under turret here. I just need to not use my W there, and then she dies. Oh, goodness. Rust, 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 rust. Right, so like she deals that extra damage and blocks the W anyways, and we know she's about to play it, right? So she's just using good cooldown timings, trying to get that maximum delay before putting it up. The auto attack did it. I love it. Keep coming. Yep, kill the minions. It's actually good for the minions. Good job, Lulu. The question is whether or not we're still gonna go Divine or Triforce. Let's go hunting for some Sylas. Arthur's not looking. Okay. Lulu took a left turn. Oh, I don't want that. So we end up taking 1,000,000 damage from that. It's obviously really bad. Karthus not even taking Rift Herald while we have mid-prio. Okay, guys. Couple things to do. Well, no, I got the timing all wrong. Hinting Karthus strat. Ultimate. Alright, we've got the prio in that lane, so we can just go for this. Would have been a little bit easier with a smite. Now we're gonna have to take our way out. We got a flash from Poppy though, and we can pick up this wave and kind of put it in the freezing spot that we want. It's gonna be very difficult to get that off though, especially with that action coming. We just gotta leave it. Too much heat. Alright, against these fatties, I think we're gonna have to go like this. I'd like to bring this bot lane. I have my flash and my ultimate, but Ashe just died, so there's a little bit less gain. But if they could rip this apart... Yeah, screw it. You know what? I'm changing my mind. I should have seen it on the first iteration, but coming bot is just obviously insanely good. We're going for a dragon fight. We've got bot prio. We might have a mid fight. There's definitely nothing coming from top. All of these kind of point to it being a really good spot for us. He has Landry's Anguish. Let's do this. We've got the wave, we've got everything. Oh, this is Silas all coming. Gross. Where's the mantra? I didn't get the second one off. They weren't looking for it. Oh. There's the Ashar. Oh, that's a free kill on Silas. Oh, he flashed over. He flashed, but he doesn't have E. Oh, he got the mana and then pulled it back, and then Carthage got the kill. What is this? Okay. I didn't get my ignite off. Could have gotten a little bit more action there as well. Why did they not want to go all the way in though? Poppy getting another plate for herself. But now she's going to be on a little bit of a recoil. She's kind of a finished Iceborne Gauntlet, unfortunately. We have a completed Rod of Ages from Jungle Silas at 10 minutes. A little bit scary. We get anything here? Karthus? Got it. I feel like it's very low damage. Looks like they're trying to get a rotation in, but no one's bought. We end up just giving some freebies to Ash. I don't know. Lulu doesn't know. No one's looking. Alright, that should be enough for Poppy to feed me the wave. Just gonna go and try to get this turret. Do I wrap back around on Gragas? I don't know.
Your turret has been destroyed.
No speed ups, no ult, no anything. Okay, that'll work.
An enemy has been slain. Killing.
Neat little play by Poppy. Flash W means I can't get anything else. Should have been more aware for it, right? She's got such a gargantuan lead against me.
Has destroyed a turret.
Have I been balding the gate? I've been balding the gate, for sure. We've got a campaign going with Colin, going one with Alex, have a Dark Urge going, and a Try Hard going. I want to go bot just that Xayah doesn't go. Like, Xayah, turn back. No, she wants to keep coming? Yeah. No. How about you? I imagine you have. Alright, we've got the Herald. You probably want to immediately drop that top and just come down bottom. Get all the extra pressure from that. Did he just give me this spot? They just gave me this spot. Yikes. Not. Alright, waves pushing. Let's see, we've got Poppy. We lose the standoff here. Top lane's already pushing out as well. There's really no place to go besides to hold mid, and we don't really have any kind of prio here either. Alright, you know what? They're fairly chunk. No, that was them. That was their ult. Thank you. Lol. So long. Oh my gosh. The best Poppy ult of all time. Thank you, my friend. My button is too strong. It's true. And we can go get this one, which means that we'll have fire, and we'll have like two of the best combat ones.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I don't want them to int that hard. Run! Be alive! The fact that Poppy's coming up here, good news for our team. Team gets run of the map, as they were. Now Karthus, he's done with his thing. I don't need mana. Lulu needs mana. Oh, hello.
An ally has been slain.
Missed it. I have a ward right here. Karthus huge! Oh, you can actually int into Poppy right here. You can just let Poppy E you, and then you win that fight. So we're definitely going to be the stickier version of ourselves today. Definitely a good day for Merc Treads. Especially without the cooldown of the ult to get us into fights. And we're going to go for this. And then Black Cleaver. Maybe Black Cleaver first.
Shut down.
That's a Baron. No, she can still get that off? Oh, gross. Huh? People? People? Sheeple. Oh my god. Alright, fine. We're just having one of those games. One of those normies games. Nice guy Poppy, it's true. I haven't done very much balding. Just find the game really tedious to play. Yeah, it's... You know what? Sometimes I agree. Because things like Mage Armor, for example, you would just... You wake up... When you play real D&D, you wake up, you cast Mage Armor. You can just tell your DM that that's what you're doing, and you never have to cast Mage Armor again. You know what I'm saying? And like... Oh gosh. That's how tilted I missed 4 CS for it. There's just it's very, very tedious. Is our team about to fight here? It looks like they might be. Uh-oh, they know. Get into the grass. We baited the fight that we wanted. Or not quite the one. Or the one we're looking to forget. Beautiful. Oh, there's a ward right here. We baited him. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful thing. Got him. Wait, no. We can't go Baron. First, we have to get all of the Krugs. A beautiful bait. But it is cool to put a visual aspect to D&D. It does feel very tedious. I don't know if there is a command for it, but I wish there were a set your teammates to just act as they would, right? Where you don't need to take their turns. But still, like, turn-based, so slow. Oh, this is what they were talking about. All right, Wukong, despite my demonstrable inadequacy on the champ. Actually work now. But still, there's so many things I could have done better in that game. Man, when we come with Ignite, then you absolutely want to go in with all in level E, just kick some butt, get them to like 20%, chase them under their turret, zone them off for the rest of laning. Especially if they want to bring that start. At Karthus, though, there's the champ. If you were down though, I'd be down. It's more fun. I definitely had more fun playing with two people, because two people you can separate the party into 2 and 2 into the control, and then you can be like, all right, me and the other rogue can go this way. The caster, the support, and the tank can go this way, and you just let them control themselves the way that they need to. Oh, important call. That's actually going to be it for me. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I will be back a little bit later. All right, I'll be on tonight.